Okay, this video is a little different from most I like to make. I mean, really. But it has to do with anxiety and stress and depression, what have you. When I was 24, I got my first panic attack. And before that, nothing was wrong. I didn't have any problems at all. I went through Vietnam, all that. And a lot of stressful things happened there, but not down every day having these panic attacks. Well, anyway, I was 24, as I said, and it came upon me. I thought, man, I was having a heart attack. It acted like what I thought they would act like. And so I went to the doctor. He said, no, I said, it's not a heart attack. You're having a panic attack is what that is. And so he gave me some medicine. The way it was acting was heart was beating fast, and I felt really hot, and it wasn't hot in that room at all. And, you feel like you'd have a hard time breathing. Feel a little disoriented. You don't know, it's kind of a few steps behind what you're actually doing. And so that, from there was my start of it, and I'm considerably older now, and I don't have this problem much anymore at all, thankfully. But the problem you have sometimes is people that never have an anxiety attack or a panic attack, they don't understand. They think you're putting on or you're wanting sympathy. And that's simply not the case. At least in my case it wasn't. I don't want nobody feeling sorry for me. If anything, that would make me feel small. And so if you got some family members that'll be understanding, not baby you, but understanding, that will help you a lot. For example, my ex-wife, she would just say, get over it. Well, you don't just get over it. It's as real as a broken arm, except of course it's in a different way. But anyway, then you have to fight that yourself for the most part and try to get better, but then you also probably will need to go get some help from a doctor. A lot of people don't want to go to the doctor. They feel like there's something wrong in their head, they're not quite right, or that they're maybe less of a person. I don't know what they think. But the main thing is get over that, and then you go to the doctor and start talking about it, and you'll start feeling better right then. Of course, he's going to say, when you go up with a problem such as this, he's going to say, and they're required to, have you ever had the feeling of hurting yourself or someone else? If you have, well, tell him, because it can help. Don't make up say no. In my case, I said, Doc, it ain't that. I'm afraid something is going to happen. I don't intend to make it happen. I think it's going to, I feel like it's going to. Because you do get the feeling of doom. You feel like you're completely out of control of yourself. Not other people, just out of control and don't know what to do. For an example, one time I was, back when I was in the 20s or early 30s, I guess, maybe the early 30s, I would check the newspaper or weekly newspaper. I'd look at the obituaries, not to see if I was in there, but to see what age groups were dying. And if they were older, 70s, 80s, okay, that happens, Well, if they're in their 20s or 30s, what caused that now? I just wonder what caused that. That would worry me. I know that sounds stupid. It sounds stupid to me now. I would even laugh about it myself now, because looking back, it was funny. And I would never watch a show where there was a doctor, like Dr. Kildare or Ben Casey. I wouldn't watch it. Because the first patient to come in there with these certain symptoms, I think, that sounds just like what I got. I bet that's what I got, and it's probably fatal. So you see, it's weird how that works. But once you get to a doctor that'll help you out and start getting you on a deal there where it may not work the first time or two you go. Like me, I had to go 2 or 3 times before he finally got leveled off on what I needed. And you don't want them the short-term ones are fine, where they'll fix you in half an hour, but you're right back again in another half hour. You need the long-term stuff. It takes about 2 weeks for that to start out, to get in your system. And after that, it's much better. After I got to doing that, I got to feeling like doing things. Before, I didn't want to go fishing. I didn't want to get out of the house unless I went to the doctor. That's about the only place I wanted to go. Now, I did hold down a job, and if I can remember right, I never lost a full day because of this. But a lot of the time at work, you've got other things going on, and you don't really have a chance to think about you or what you feel like is your problem. But it's just an individual situation. I guess maybe everybody's a little different. But I actually, there's been more than one time I started to go somewhere, and I turned around and come back because I got to feeling so antsy. So, just throbbing feeling and everything. It's just weird. I went 30 miles away to a store, or a town, and I was going to go to a store or something there. And I got within, say, 4 miles of town, I got feeling so bad I couldn't go any farther. So I turned the car around, and about 5 miles back the other way, going home, I felt fine. And I should have turned around and went back, but I was afraid I'd get that attack again. Okay, well, this is kind of rambling on, and I know a lot of people don't, maybe don't care about it because they've never experienced this, and I'm not very good at explaining how things work, but maybe pick a little bit out of that whole thing there. And the main thing is go ahead and try to get some help. Don't be embarrassed. A lot of people are embarrassed. They think it's a sign of something wrong with the head. And so they'll just go ahead and suffer with it and finally make themselves and their family miserable. Well, anyway, that's enough of this, and I hope it helps somebody out a little bit. And it's not because I want any kind of sympathy, because I don't really need it now. I feel good. I don't have these problems anymore. But I did, and believe me, it's not fun. So if you have a loved one that suffers from particularly anxiety attacks or panic attacks, kind of try to bear with them. I know it's kind of bad on you too, because it may be kind of like dealing with some person with a heavy addiction, although this is not the same. This is not brought on by chemicals or anything of that nature. It's just something that they can't help at this moment. All right, enough of my rambling on. I want to thank everybody for watching and for subscribing. I really want to thank the new subscribers, which I do appreciate that very much. And y'all have a good day.